What's going on, everyone? Hope you're enjoying the start of your week one. We certainly did tonight, as we had a I would say, more entertaining game tonight than last night's game. Although, I mean, it was entertaining, but this was more enjoyable to watch, I feel like. But yeah, just excited to talk some ball with once again with Jeffrey from Only Talk Sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Will definitely again excited for college football being back. Excited for some good quality games for once. I mean, both games were pretty high quality. Both teams played pretty well, but especially Colorado Georgia Tech. But definitely glad to be recapping it with you tonight. Will definitely, again, it's just crazy to think college football has returned. But yeah, I mean, all I know is Thursday night. You had kind of a couple headline games. And
Here, I'll go share my screen. We can talk about those.
absolutely, like Thursday night, it was not very good overall. I mean, the one game was okay. We'll get to it, but that first game, Boise State, South Florida.
And a
This game,
collapse.
did anyone see this coming?
I thought like South Florida maybe could keep it competitive, but
Yeah, I mean, we kind of just picked Boise because it's like, all right, no Genty, they're not going to be as good. They only ranked Boise 25th for the season they had last year, but it's like, are they going to fall off that hard? Like Madsen's back. South Florida hasn't been all that good, the last few years. They were a little better last year, but clearly South Florida is either extremely improved or Boise is bad. I think it could be the latter, that Boise's like really bad. But time will tell. Time will give us clarity on that. But this game was shocking. Boise favored by 7, and they end up losing by 27. And I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that pick South Florida, but yeah, I never would have thought in a million years that this game would have ended this way. But that's week one for you. You don't know how good these teams are going to be. And Boise clearly is falling off after last year. That was a shocking game and an ugly game, and not a great way to start off week one if you wanted some competitive football, or if you're a Boise State fan.
yeah, I mean, was hoping that Mark Madsen, that's his name, right? Mark, I don't know, it could be something else.
Yes.
Was thinking I mean, yeah, it was all Genty. Like, I thought this guy might have a good year, but 25 for 46, like, that's not good. That's like barely over 50%. You're not going to win many games throwing barely over 50%.
Absolutely. Just not impressive at all. I mean, like the thing that sucks is because you don't want to just chalk last year to, it was all Genty and the rest of the team is just, hot garbage. You don't want to do that because, I mean, it feels like it just discredits everybody else, but I think it does.
People will do it.
Genty was. He was that big for the team. Their schedule was very manageable. And, which there's other teams that got that label as well. But Boise was one of those teams. Like, their schedule was manageable. They won all their games, basically, that they needed to win to get in. And, it is what it is. I mean, you can't take that away from them. But then you see this result, and it just completely devalues, like, their season last year in the perspective of college football fans at large. They're going to look at this and say, hey, Boise, it was just a one-hit wonder, I mean, you can't say Boise is a one-hit wonder because of their success in the 2000s and all that in the early 2010s when they were really good. But it's just now anyway. It's like last year, like, hey, they made the playoffs, great with Genty, but now they're just back to being a mid-major, or a group of 5 team. It's just they're all right. They're one of the better ones, but I mean, this is not even saying they're one of the better ones this season. Like that's just an ugly performance.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, they could still win the Mountain West. Like, no one in the Mountain West has looked great so far that's played, but
yeah, but they got a lot of improving to do after week one. Like ugly result, smack in the face. Maybe that will wake them up and they can win a relatively mediocre Mountain West at the end of the day and still make some maybe make some noise possibly to backdoor their way to the playoff. But I doubt it after looking at that because I'm sure that there's going to be other teams that that will do better, in the group of 5 than that. I mean, again, it's week one. That's why they always say week one overreaction. I think like maybe the biggest week one overreaction is that Boise State is just going to be complete garbage, but they might actually be because that was really bad.
Mm-hmm. Rutgers, not a great start. Not a great start. Barely beating.
There was a lot of ugly performances from these type of programs. Like Rutgers is supposed to win this game, right? Decently, especially considering what Shiano has done to make them a better program. I know Ohio is one of the better MAC teams, but not a good start.
Yeah, not a good start.
I mean, you look at Cal McManus' stat line and you see 18 to 23 for 252 and 2 touchdowns. Like, that's fine. But 34-31, the fact they gave up 31 to Ohio, I mean, yeah, they shut them down in the fourth. Good job for Rutgers that they did win. But, yeah, just not impressive. Like, not impressive at all from the Scarlet Knights. And if they could play like that, they just might have a regression of a season. They might not even make a bowl game. I don't want to say that. I don't want to, go in and label that Rutgers like massively taking a step back, but not a good start for their season at all. I mean, they only scored 20 points in the second half. I mean, they put up 31 in the first half, and they only put up 3 in the second half. That's just a weird, scoring imbalance there.
Bowling Green, or I saw Urban was at Bowling Green. He was at the Bowling Green Lafayette game because he coached there before Utah. So I guess good for him that they won. ECU, man.
I don't have Hazelak anymore, but good win. Yeah, this game was actually a good game. If anybody watched this one, East Carolina, 4th down. 4th down, they fall short. It is what it is.
Brutal way to lose.
Really won. I mean, they theoretically had a very good chance to lose this game. I mean, Hauser for East Carolina threw for 366 yards. For a lot of times, but yeah, I mean it's a shame East Carolina couldn't win, but at least they were competitive, I guess.
UCF not a pretty win. Wimsat was at quarterbacking for Jacksonville State. He did all right.
That's crazy there. Yeah, former Rutgers QB. Also, Taven Jackson, the former Indiana quarterback and the brother of Trace Jackson Davis, led Central Florida to the win. Not an impressive win at all. But, hey, 2-6, I think that 282 and 2 touchdowns, pretty good. You can't complain. But, yeah, it's probably not going to be a good year for Scott Frost, but we'll see.
Not a good start for Deshaun Jackson coaching Delaware State, but Delaware getting their first win as an FBS team. So.
Yeah, Deshaun Jackson and Michael Vick, not good starts.
It's not easy to win against non-HBCUs as HBCUs, so I think really they'll be judged on what they do in their conferences.
I would agree. Ugly for St. Francis.
Yeah. Well, St. Francis is FCS, so.
Yeah, ugly for Akron, too, man.
Ugly for both of them, yeah.
No points. You start your season off with nothing. You don't even put up a point.
Good for Bo Prabula. Good. You should do that against Central Arkansas. But.
Yeah, it was a good performance. Can't really take much away from an opponent like that, but they did their job. Yeah. So good for them.
Yeah, Scottie Pippen wasn't on the field for Central Arkansas, so.
Yeah. We're getting to it, Stephen. We're about to get to the Friday games. We're gonna lay into that one. Appreciate you for being here. We got Aiden, we got Scotty B. Sorry about the loss, Scotty B, but we'll talk about that game as well. But I got David Terry with yeah. I'm feeling pretty good, but we'll talk about
it. Duke beating Elon. Whoa, kind of at the half against Elon. Not a good look. Not a good look.
I was worried for Duke. I was like, are they legitimately going to play around with Elon? But no, they turned it on the second. I don't know what that says for how good they are, but the second half they look like a completely different team. So good for Duke.
Oklahoma State, barely. I know it's they won by 20, but I guess the FCS school, UT Martin, you would have liked to.
Yeah, not great for Gundy. You like to do Kind of want to win a little bit more like 61-6 like Missouri did. But yeah, I mean 27-7. No one's gonna really bat an eye at that, but could have done better.
Minnesota, I mean, not the prettiest win, but they flat one.
Minnesota, Wisconsin, haven't talked about them yet. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Rutgers, all not great looks for the Big Ten with those results. Not great.
Houston, Wegman won his first start at Houston.
Yeah, you should win that game, but I mean, they didn't give up any points, so. We got Taylor and things in the chat saying, fire the offensive coordinator for the Buffs. I don't care who it is. And then the Big 12.
It was a bad day.
Darrell, you're right. You're right. I'm not gonna lie. The Big 12's weak, man. It is weak.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. Nebraska barely beating Cincinnati.
Nebraska, man, and you bet right that they'd win by 6, right? So that hurt your.
I mean, yeah. That I thought I could get a field goal there at the end to win it. It was brutal.
Dude, I hate that you didn't win on the spread, dude. But I will say, Nebraska. I'm sorry. Like I did write this on Twitter. I did, and I know some Nebraska fans probably hate me for it. But I said Nebraska fans are really cheering right now to be in. Like I'm sorry. I mean, you cannot tell me that this performance is not.
Like I thought they were gonna. I thought they might storm the field at how excited.
I mean, I'm sorry. Like I like Nebraska fans. I like a lot of their fans. You know, I respect their commitment to a team that used to be elite and now they suck. Kind of like Indiana basketball fans. Big reason why I'm an Indiana fan. Respect their fans for putting up.
I mean, like Tom Crean is their version of Bo Pelini, I guess. Kind of similar times too.
Kind of similar, right?
Yeah.
So I think, like, for their fans, I understand why they are this excited to win. You know, start off the season off the right way, but they did not look good. They did not play well. Raiola, I mean, look at that stat line: 33 of 42, 243, 2 touchdowns. The 243 and the 2 touchdowns is all right, but the 33 for 42, it took a lot of passes to get to 243 yards. He throws a bunch of just dump offs, man.
Mm-hmm.
And thing with Raiola that I don't like, yeah, he is not Mahomes. Absolutely, RC. Thanks for being not Mahomes. But the thing that I don't like with Raiola is I feel like he telegraphs passes. I don't know what it is. I could be wrong. He just stares down receivers like, oh, there's a receiver right there. Let me throw it. I don't like that. I think that Raiola would be better served to get a lot better at his progression game. You know, like look away from your guy a little bit. Kind of make it a little more obvious. You know, less obvious rather, instead of more obvious like he does, where he's going with the ball. There's just a lot of things he's got to get better at. I mean, I understand that when you're a highly rated guy like an Avery Johnson, Dylan Raiola, when you have that pedigree out of high school, people are going to expect big things from you. But it's like he was a big get for Nebraska, and it's like expecting this dude to really, you know, lead Nebraska to better heights than they've had in a while, and this just ain't it to me. That went. I mean, they were done. I saw it. I was watching it. They left. I was like, all right, I guess we're not talking about them anymore. But did you see where they were talking about the haircut and everything?
It was so cringe.
They were comparing Raiola's hair to Mahomes. They were comparing Raiola's movements to Mahomes. I'm like, they look similar. I'm like, okay, we're done. I'm done. I don't want to hear this anymore. They're not even close, dude. They're not. Raiola's picked up Mahomes' mannerisms. All right. Mm-hmm. He's not even to Mahomes, dude. What you got to compare is how they play. So, if you focus this on football instead of mimicking Mahomes, it might be decent. I agree, Steven. I agree. And yes, Indiana does have a better football program right now, but, you know, not historically, but as of right now, which is all that matters to me, they are better. But yeah, this was an ugly performance for Nebraska. Who won? Good for them. And good pick. I will say, at the end of the game, that was a great interception by that Nebraska defender. Don't remember.
But I don't know why Cincinnati will, like, just keep running it. Like, they should have kept running it and went for overtime there.
Absolutely. I don't know. I don't get it either. Sorsby had moments. It wasn't great. He had his moments. But yeah, that throw at the end was dumb. I don't get it. I don't know why he would do that. You've got plenty of time. You know, they just threw the game away. Really. I mean, that's what they did. Stupid pass. Like I said, great play with the Nebraska defender. And again, good win for Nebraska. They showed out. Their fans showed out. They always do. In Arrowhead, you know, again, starting out 1-0, you know, but not an impressive start to year 3 of Matt Rule. So just not impressed. They got a lot of improving to do if Nebraska's back. You know, they got a lot of work to do.
And then we can talk about Wisconsin only winning 17-0.
Luke Fickell is cooked. I don't see any in the world that Wisconsin's going to have a good year.
Not going to happen.
It's so funny, Will, because they were saying at the bottom of the screen on CBS Sports Network, I think even ESPN, literally, I saw it again and again. They were like, oh, Billy Edwards, he might be back by the Alabama game. It's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter against Bama, man. It's not.
I've seen Wisconsin fans in Discord and on Twitter and other places, and they're like, we might be able to salvage this if our
I mean, Big Cat is pretty defeated. He's like the face of Nebraska fandom. He's pretty defeated, honestly.
They got no shot.
He's like, I don't want to watch football anymore this year. That's what he said after the game.
They're bad. Like, Wisconsin is so bad because Luke Fickell takes over for Paul Chryst, and it's like, all right, you know, he is trying to modernize the offense. He doesn't bring in the people. So the thing is that now they try to revert back to running.
I mean, what they should have done, Jeffrey, they should have slowly modernized it, slowly, like a slow progression. Just going all the way immediately is a bad idea.
Yeah, especially when you don't have the personnel.
Yeah.
You don't have the personnel. I mean, they had like one receiver who was like mid. Mm-hmm. And then I think his last name was Paulin or something like that. And it's like the rest.
He's now at Notre Dame.
Yeah, there you go. It's like they're only solid enough guy. And
he's a team captain, man. They named him one of the captains. So
that's it. Yeah. That's all they had. And the rest of their team was just crap on the outside. Mm-hmm. So, and their quarterback play is crap. And they're bringing in horrible quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. It's just bad. It's bad. I hate it for Fickell because, I mean, people were high on that dude, and it's all just tanked. It has all gone downhill. I'm not confident that he's going to be able to turn Wisconsin around. I'm not confident he's even going to be given much more time to turn it around. And I understand they won this game 17-0. You'd be like, well, defense. But they look bad. They look horrible. So I'd be shocked if Wisconsin makes a bowl game. I would be shocked if they make a bowl game.
Mm-hmm. All right. On to tonight's games.
All right. We're on Friday. Oh, boy. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
All right. Good for FIU to win. Good for Illinois to beat Western Illinois. Did they beat them as much as IU did last year? Didn't they play Western Illinois?
Indiana won 77-3.
So not quite.
Oh, yeah, we leveled them, man. Like, it was the most points Indiana ever scored in a game. We broke that record. Sig Daddy was just breaking records left and right last year. Yeah, won 77-3.
Mm-hmm.
Still good for Illinois, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Army.
I watched the end of this game. Tarleton State, not good. I mean, they're FCS, but, like, not a great team, man. But you know what? They were better than Army. And that's a big downfall from Army last year because literally they won the AAC, right?
Yes. Yeah,
so, like, man, that's a drop-off. Their quarterback did get hurt in the game, but it's not like he was doing all that good.
Was it not Daly anymore, right? Different?
Yeah, it's a different quarterback. I don't remember his name, but it's not Daly.
Mm-hmm.
But he got hurt, and then they brought in another guy, and he was struggling. The thing is I didn't understand why Army kept trying to pass. Like, they were both quarterbacks were throwing terrible passes. I actually watched a decent amount of this game because early on, this was the only game on for a bit. And, yeah, I was watching early, then I watched it toward the end. Army cannot throw the ball, so, like, don't throw. They should have just kept running all game. I don't know, but, yeah, Tarleton State, though. I mean, they said it was only their second FBS win ever. So, I mean, again, good for them. I mean, I like games like this. I like stories like this. Like you get to see a program that never has like the spotlight win a pretty big game. So, I mean, good for them. And the thing was, it even sucked even more for Army because this game actually should have gone to another overtime, but the Army kicker missed a field goal. And he actually missed a violation too. So 2 missed field goals is why they lost this game.
Sucks for Army.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan, I don't know if Michigan State took out the starters for the second half or what, but
Aiden Childs is mid. He is so mid. I will say the guy didn't turn. He did not turn it over. I don't think in this game. I wasn't watching much of it, but I don't think he turned it over. The problem is that he doesn't look that much better either. I mean, because Western Michigan, they're not that good, right? It's like Michigan State probably could, if they were vastly improved this year, probably win this game 49-6.
Mm-hmm.
Just not that impressed. It just kind of looked like Michigan State's just kind of going with the emotions. There's one guy, I think his name's Nick Marsh. Receiver for Michigan State. He's good. He'll be playing on Sundays, I believe. He's a good player. He had a couple of good catches, but I'm not impressed with Childs. Not impressed. He's just all right. He's just okay. People are expecting this dude to break out. I'm not seeing it. He's okay.
Wake Forest, not Robbie Ashford.
Trash. And former Indiana quarterback Dexter Williams couldn't come through for Kennesaw, couldn't lead him to victory. But man, Robbie Ashford and Wake are bad. They are horrible. They are the doldrums of the ACC. This is why, like, you talk about strength of schedule in the ACC. When you're playing teams like this, any team in the Big Ten or the SEC would kill Kennesaw. You're trying, like, this is horrible. 10-9. At least Wisconsin won 17-0. All right. Arkansas State's like one of the worst FBS teams. And Indiana plays.
Yeah, they have a decent basketball program, but not
decent, yeah. But Indiana plays Kennesaw State next week, and I can guarantee you they're going to win by more than one. So, yeah, Wake is one of the worst Power 4 programs. They're bad. I mean, they might be close to Stanford, legitimately.
I'd love to see if they're playing each other than they aren't, unfortunately.
The lack of fan noise in this game, dude, it was so quiet.
I mean, Wake is like fourth choice in the state.
ECU might be better, man.
Oh, yeah, ECU has better fans than Wake, for
Seriously,
sure.
App State.
Yeah.
It's rough. Like, it's rough, dude. They're horrible. I hate it for Wake because they were actually interesting with Paulson and Hartman. Pretty good. But they suck now. They're trash.
They might lose to Delaware. They play Delaware later.
They got Dickert, right? Then they get him. Who do they get?
I think they did. That sounds right.
The Washington State coach. I think they got him.
Yes. So rough start.
Was that even a good move?
Lateral.
I mean, literally think about it. Like, it's Wake Forest. I mean, yeah, it's an upgrade. It's ACC versus Pac something. Pac 2, 12, whatever. Yeah. It's an upgrade, I guess. But is it really an upgrade? Because, I mean, he probably was in better footing staying at Washington State.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not the Jake Dickert era is off to a really bad start. I'm not seeing hot things for Wake. So if you're a Wake fan out there, sorry, but your team sucks really bad.
App State, good start for App, and former Vandy quarterback Swan.
Oh yeah. App State played a lot better than I was expecting. You know, they lost that Aguilar guy. You know, and App State's lost tons of coaches. They kind of have been trending down a little bit the last couple of years. Haven't been as good since their win over A&M. But, yeah, this game's a good sign that they're probably going to have a good season. Mm-hmm. I don't know how good. I mean, Charlotte might be really bad, too. They haven't been good in a couple of years. They were pretty decent 3-4 years ago. But, yeah, Swan had a good game. Looks like they're off to a good start.
Kansas still looks good. I mean, they should look good against Wagner.
They won by a lot more this time than last time, and Jalen Daniels still playing well. Again, if he stays healthy, Kansas will be a factor in the Big 12, especially as we can tell, Big 12 is not that strong, so they will be a factor if he stays.
Let's save this game for last.
All right.
We can talk about Auburn Baylor.
Absolutely. So
unfortunately, we got wrong.
That Baylor did not win this game, but they were outmatched by Auburn's talent.
Yeah. Just on the trenches, for sure, as Scotty was saying.
Absolutely. I mean, literally, the only thing that kept Baylor in this game was 2 4th downs.
Mm-hmm.
2 4th downs. That's it. They had 2 4th down conversions for touchdowns. Other than that,
and they had a first quarter 4th down they didn't get, unfortunately. 4th and goal, they got stopped.
I was kind of disappointed by this game because I picked Baylor, and I know you. And the thing is that Auburn hasn't typically been a team to win these type of games the past few years. We've seen Auburn multiple times in these type of lateral games, right? Like in the past, Auburn, would have been way better than a Baylor. But the way Auburn's been the last 5-7 years, they've been kind of garbage. So it's like Baylor is a comparable program right now. I think Auburn was favored by like 2. So it's like this is pretty much a pick 'em, right? Pretty much. It leaned a little Auburn, but we picked. The thing is like these are the type games that Auburn would not win.
I mean, to be honest, they didn't have like this. They were looking forward to this game the whole offseason, so they weren't really like looking past it. So
that's fair, but they just still typically haven't been good in the game. But that is fair. I agree with Scotty B.
Yeah, that was the dagger. That's when I turned the game off.
The kickoff return ended any chance Baylor had because Collier Robertson, to his credit, I understand 27-48 is not the best, but I mean he did throw for 420.
I mean he was getting pressured a lot.
He did good. He played pretty well.
Yeah.
The thing is they couldn't stop Jackson Arnold on the ground. Yeah. It looked like the Alabama game against Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. So, where Arnold ran all over Alabama. I don't know. Baylor couldn't stop him. It's just frustrating. Like, I know Stephen Cherry's like, don't pump up Auburn. Aranda's been mid. I mean, Aranda was good first at Baylor, but things have definitely trended down. He kind of resurrected himself a bit last year, but, not a great start this season. I don't really know what to say about Auburn. I don't really want to think Auburn's going to be like that good this year. I don't think they're going to be like vastly improved.
I mean, we still didn't really see Arnold pass it that well. So
teams need to force him to throw.
Yeah,
it's the same thing with Haynes King. Like you have to make
Haynes King slightly better passing.
He is better passing, absolutely. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, like, if you want to try to make Georgia Tech have some errors. We'll talk about them very soon. But again, like Haynes King can run all over you. So force him to pass because he is weaker at that. But he can throw pretty well. And if he's getting a rhythm throwing, then you start to try to back off and then he runs. The problem with Arnold is that Arnold's not a great passer. So I don't know. I just they let Arnold run for 137 yards. And it's just why? Because if you stop him from running, force him to pass, he might throw some picks. I don't know. It is what it is. Baylor lost. Baylor's just outmatched. I don't know if that means Auburn's going to have a good year. I don't trust that Auburn's going to have a great year. They can still go 6-6, 7-5 easily or worse. But it's a good win for Auburn. They showed up. They won the game. Covered the spread easily. But yeah, it's pretty sad when this was one of the better wins for Auburn in a while. Like for the start of the season, now they've got some momentum. It's just now whether Auburn's going to carry it to more momentum later on down the line, but this season. But I do think the key to stopping them is making Jackson Arnold have to throw. Don't let him run.
And then, of course, the main event of the night, Georgia Tech and Colorado.
This game right here literally should have been a blowout.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech, 3 just dumb turnovers early in the game.
Like, were they? I guess was it nerves from Haynes King? I mean, he's a 6th-year guy. He's a 6th-year guy. Did an extra year of high school, so like he's my age. Like he's 24 and still playing. But
it's crazy to think like that you're the same age. It's wild. But I will say that maybe nerves. But first one was on a handoff, and ball just got away. It is what it is. You know, like I don't know. It's like a little miscommunication. I don't know. Like kind of got called up a little bit. I don't know if Haynes King was indecisive on whether to hand off or keep it or whatever, and he fumbled. So that was kind of on King. The second one was on the snapper. I don't know if you saw it, but the snapper, that was a snap, and it was way too high, and Haynes King did not get it, and they fumbled that one. So that one was on the snapper, and the snapper sucked in the game.
He did. He had a couple of sketchy snaps.
Very sketchy, and even the ones that were decent, there were a lot of low ones, there were a lot of high ones. He had that stretch late in the game where he was acting like he was about to snap it, and then the whole offensive line goes, and he don't go. He just sits there.
I saw that, yeah.
Errors. He sucked really bad in this game. But then the third turnover, Haynes King the Colorado defender kind of wrapped him up on his leg a little bit, and then he threw that pass off balance, and it was picked. Shouldn't have thrown it, but he thought, I guess, he could get it off. Kind of panicked a bit. But after that, Georgia Tech was rock solid after that.
Mm-hmm.
Mistakes, like King had a missed throw, like one on the outside he should have had that was wide. There's a couple mistakes. But overall, after those really early errors, Georgia Tech was great in this game. And if they hadn't had those early turnovers, Georgia Tech won this game by 21.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado was not in this game. They got outgained by about 200 yards. Caden Salter, for the vast majority of this game, was almost a non-factor. I mean, they had the early touchdown when Georgia Tech turned it over in their territory. So Colorado.
The late touchdown was decent, but then it was kind of ruined by their last drive.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, like he had his ball. That one throw he had down the field was good. That one throw on the left side of the field. I think it was still in the first half, but I can't remember the first or second half. That wasn't bad. But overall, Cade Salter wasn't that great. But
I mean, it was his first like Power 4 game, so I'm not gonna bury him, but he should have been better prepared at the end.
Absolutely. I mean, that is fair. Absolutely fair. And I agree with that. You know, that for first game, but still, like, you got to be ready. I mean, you've been preparing for it. I mean, Colorado's got the advantage because they got the altitude advantage. They're used to that. Georgia Tech's one traveling there. You saw some cramps. You saw players with, some breathing issues, especially on the Tech side. So there's a lot of advantages going for Colorado. Had the fans on their side. Colorado got the early touchdown. The fans were engaged, but Tech weathered the storm with all the mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado just wasn't that great. Caden Salter did not put a lot of pressure on the Georgia Tech defense. Colorado did not run the ball very well. Georgia Tech ran all over. Because not only did King for 156 yards and 3 touchdowns, the running back ran for like 90. I mean, they just ran all over Colorado. And my thing is, all the hype for Dion, how great of a coach he is. I'm not saying the guy is crap, because he's a great player, and we understand the Dion hype. And even with all the antics with the family and everything, Dion, I mean, I like Dion. He's fine. You know, he's a great player, personality, all that kind of stuff. Great in the Aflac commercials. I hate what's going on with him with the bladder cancer, and I'm glad hopefully he's cancer-free and that he's doing great. For years to come, he'll be able to coach and all that stuff. I hope he's, doing great and healthy and everything. But when it comes to coaching, you cannot tell me that wasn't just dumb as heck. You got 2 timeouts, man. You've got 2 timeouts, and you literally don't use them. Oh, my gosh. First play, we get stopped behind the line of scrimmage. We still got like 55 seconds left. No timeout. I'm literally in the front of the TV. Timeout. Timeout, Dion. Timeout. No timeout. Okay. I guess Tech's going to win. Then they are short of the first down. It's 3rd and 1.
I think he thought they got it. I don't know.
But I'm like, timeout, Dion. Commentators are like, timeout, Dion. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I'm just like, that seals it. That absolutely seals it. You cannot tell me this dude is the GOAT of coaching. Or he's one of the no. That's a Mario Cristobal moment. That is
it's a Les Miles Mario moment, yeah.
Like, it's bad. Like, they literally had a minute, and they used a minute in 5 plays. Never used a timeout. It makes no sense, Will. Like, they had time.
Caden Salter was like running around thinking at the.
Yeah, what was that all about? He ran backwards. Remember, I was like, imagine if he had got tackled behind the line of scrimmage. He ran across the first down, and then he ran back. I was like, what are you doing? And then he ran down. I was like, bro, what are you doing, Caden Salter? I understand he's trying to get as many yards, but he should have just gone down because they wasted even more time. Never used a timeout. Again, never use a timeout. And the thing is, like, you're going for that Hail Mary. It's like, oh, well, Shadur had the antics last year where they won late and all that kind of stuff. That's great. But you don't do that. You've got timeouts. They could have gotten more plays in. Just stupid to me. I'm sorry, but it was dumb. Dumb how they handled that final drive. Terrible coaching. Terrible by the OC. Terrible by everybody. Terrible by Salter. I agree with this. Stephen. The reason that I'm going off is because the amount of hype that Deion got when he took the job was unnecessary. Cignetti, people talking so much crap about Cignetti at Indiana after the season they had last year. That was his first year. Doesn't matter the schedule. Colorado don't play anybody. The Big 12 sucks. And it's like, okay, Curt Cignetti beats the national champions the year before. Doesn't matter that they're bad. 11-2 makes the playoffs. Like, oh, Cignetti sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Colorado, first year, they were trash. And then last year, they had a good year. Couple of very, very lucky wins. And it's like they got blown out against Kansas. They weren't even all that good last year. They were a lot better. I mean, that's great. Good for Colorado that they went from complete dog crap a couple of years ago to now there's something. But for people to go out there and be like, Deion deserves coach of the year, and he's the best coach. I mean, not everybody, but it's some people. It's certain people in the college football fandom. And I'm just like, I don't see it with Deion. He's not all that as a coach. Because in game, there were just stupid things. Deion. Not even a question. Deion.
I don't know about that, Jeffrey.
Well, I don't know. I don't think Curt Cignetti has a son who plays football, and he's getting gassed up on social media all the time either. I don't know.
That Illinois game week, man, they're gonna be chatting it up, Bielema and Cignetti. Then they're gonna be hyping that game up, talking trash.
Hey, I'm all for it. It's great. IU's relevant. I mean, don't get me wrong. I understand Curt Cignetti talks a lot of crap, but that's just the way that he is. The thing with Deion is that Deion got all this hype when it wasn't even warranted at all. Like, Cignetti got a little hype for the I win stuff, but it's like after Indiana started winning, then there was some hype. Deion got hype the second he signed on the dotted line that he was going to Colorado before he did a thing. He was getting hype for a 3-9 year. And then he got all that hype last year. And then people getting mad that Shadur should have been the number 1 draft pick. Like, dude, he's not even that good. He's okay. I mean, he got drafted. You should be happy your son got drafted. You should be glad he's in the NFL at all. Most people don't have kids that are in the NFL. Like, that's great. It's great that Shadur's in the NFL. But he's not that good. He's okay. He could be better with time. But he's not all that. He did not deserve to get drafted first overall. But that's what's annoying with the Deion everything. And, like, all the Deion supporters, where are they right now? Because you know how dumb that was. That's the thing. It's just stupid. He literally just dumb coaching on his part at the end of that game. Not even burning a timeout, not even trying to set up anything. I don't get it. I think 99% of coaches would have called a timeout. I know you would have called a timeout, Will.
Yes.
I would have called a timeout. I'd have used both of them. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just don't understand it. I mean, Colorado was not good in this game, and this score means nothing. People look at the score and like, oh, Colorado.
Well, I picked Georgia Tech to cover this one, so I did win this one. So I got
this score
back on the board.
How this game went. Georgia Tech outgained Colorado by 200 plus yards. They dominated this game. I don't think it's a week one overreaction to say Colorado's not that great. I mean,
they're probably going to be like 8-4. I would say
they probably will make a bowl game. But I mean, what does 8-4 mean in the Big 12?
Not much.
What does it mean? Anybody can go 8-4 in the 12. Anybody can go 8-4 in the ACC. Well, maybe except Stanford and Wake because they're just that horrible. But I'm just saying, like, these conferences are not that strong. And if you got a week schedule, you could be legitimately trapped. Boston College made a bowl game, dude, and they beat freaking, like, Holy Cross by 3. Okay, these conferences suck. I'm sorry. They're not strong. I hate it because I used to like when the Big 12 and the ACC and the Pac-12 were all competitive conferences, but they're not anymore. They're not. The Big 10 and the SEC are way stronger. These conferences are very weak. They're not strong. So it's like Colorado going 9-4 or 8-5 or whatever, to me, is just not all that impressive. I don't think. I mean, if Colorado goes 8-5, congratulations to Dion, but people crown him as the greatest coach of college football and all this kind of stuff. I just don't understand. I don't get it. Mm-hmm. This game was not a great coaching performance, in that last drive especially. I mean, Brent Key did a whole lot better of a coaching job. And, I mean, is it his fault with the turnovers? Did he not preach it enough in practice? Georgia Tech started out crappy. Yeah, they did. They started out really bad with those turnovers. But the rest of the game, they were very good. And with the ACC being what it is, Georgia Tech could –
look at this Georgia Tech schedule, Jeffrey. They could be in the ACC championship. Look at the schedule.
So they got Clemson at home.
And then look at the rest of it.
Yeah, that's – then Georgia, and that's out of conference. Yeah. Wow. I mean, it's bad. Virginia Tech home, at Duke, at NC State. It's not a lot there.
Yeah, they could be rematching Clemson.
They could go 10-2.
Yeah.
They could go 10-2. I mean, the thing that worries me with Georgia Tech, and it will always worry me about Georgia Tech, is
Haynes King injury. Yeah.
He gets hit all the time. It's like Jalen. It's like if Jalen Daniels stays healthy, if Haynes King stays healthy, then both teams could be a factor in their respective leagues. Haynes King's a good player, but every year he gets banged up. He's already hobbling a bit. So, yeah, like that's what worries me about Georgia Tech is that Haynes King, Clemson game, he's going to get banged up really bad. He's going to miss some weeks, and then they might lose a couple games to teams that they should have beat. So we'll see. You know, I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Georgia this season. Again, a healthy Haynes King, they'll have a chance to make noise in the ACC. I mean, the last couple of years, they were very, very, very competitive. But again, he wasn't healthy the whole entire season. So we'll see. But, yeah, I like Georgia Tech. I like their style of play. They're actually a pretty fun team to watch. Appreciate you being here, Monsieur, seeing you dropping in. But, yeah, I'm just not impressed with Colorado. I mean, I'm not. They
So one more Georgia Tech question. Mm-hmm. So how do you think Haynes King is better than Riley Leonard, do you think? Comparing them.
That is actually a very interesting question. Because Riley Leonard is bigger than Haynes King.
Yeah, that if Haynes was like as strong as Riley, I think they could be. Like I think he could be a pro.
Riley Leonard wins.
Yeah.
I think Haynes King passes better. I don't know if you agree.
I mean, I think Riley at the end of the year got. I mean, in the Ohio State game, he looked pretty good, but
yeah,
because they had to pass.
Haynes King by a hair because I don't think Haynes has the players around him that Riley Leonard had at Notre Dame. Because Riley Leonard at Duke didn't have a lot of great players around him, but again, the schedule's not great. Georgia Tech actually plays people because they schedule tougher non-conference games a good bit, and they have Georgia. So we've seen Haynes King against great competition. He was very good against Georgia last year.
Yeah, he was.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably go Haynes King. But I think NFL-wise, I think Leonard better because
he might start with the Colts because of how bad the Colts situation is right now. Just how awful their quarterback situation is. He might actually play.
Well, Anthony Richardson just isn't really panning out, man.
Yeah. What a bust.
Man, just not panning out. I mean, he should have never been drafted after one run. I mean, I literally said that season. I said that literally when he made the run. Like, I remember I called into Mark Rogers, the voice of college football, on one of his call-in shows. I think it was that night. I literally came on, and I'm like, literally, Anthony Richardson's already getting Heisman hype for one run. All they showed was that Utah run.
He had a good run against A&M, but that was the year A&M went 5-7. So
that's fair, but you know that Utah one is what got everybody chirping about Anthony Richardson. And the thing is, I mean, you can't deny the guy's physical attributes, but as a QB, he's not.
He walked out on his team in a game too. He walked out.
I don't know. It's just bad look.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact they draft. I mean, it was essentially a wasted draft pick. If he doesn't play again for the Colts at all, then again they wasted a draft pick, and that's sad. That's sad that you burn, one of your coveted top 5 picks. I mean, you only get so many as an organization in years, and that's what they went with. I never understood why Anthony Richardson got drafted where he did. I never understood why Will Levis got drafted where he did. I don't understand sometimes why people get drafted where they do. I mean, Kenny Pickett got drafted really high. A lot of guys get drafted really high that I'm just confused. It's like,
I mean, that was a weak quarterback class when Kenny Pickett got drafted.
It was, but the Steelers, man, it's like they could have got him in a later round.
Well, I think that they got him early because he played at Pitt. I think that was part of it.
I mean, you're right. You are. I'm not even going to say probably right. You're right. That's why. But I'm saying I just think Paxton Lynch was a first-round draft pick. Paxton Lynch. Some of these guys are just bad. And I understand that you'd be like, well, you don't know that they're going to be. Did anybody really believe Anthony Richardson was going to be that good? I mean, I'm just being serious. Did anyone think the guy was going to be
the one thing is, like, I'm like, if he gets time, like Mahomes did, like Mahomes waited a year and then played. Like if he would have, like, studied a bit, become a better passer, maybe. But then they just threw him in.
I agree. Trey Lance, Zach Wilson, both massive busts. I agree. Trey Lance was 3rd pick of the draft. Zach Wilson was a high pick. Josh Rosen way back when.
Rosen was. Oh. I remember Rosen's first game was against the Commanders, and I'm like, he was horrible.
Go on and on, dude. It's so many just terrible picks, and again, I understand that it happens. You think a guy's going to be better, you think a guy fits your system, and you don't know. But man, I mean, I'm just saying, there's so many bad selections, so many bad picks. I've gone back. Raiders, like, historically, have had some of the worst draft selections. And you go back and you look at, like, the Raiders, like, first-round draft picks for, like, the last 20 years, and, like, 80% of them were just garbage, like, legitimately garbage players. And it's like, how do you consistently strike out that badly on first-round draft picks? Like, when you draft a guy in the first round, that dude should, at least the very worst, be a starter. You know what I'm saying? Like, for your franchise. Like a starter. Just, he starts for years, and he contributes pretty well. At best, all-star, high caliber player, Hall of Fame. But, like, at the very worst, he should just be a good player. But, like, so many teams draft guys in the first round that end up being nothing.
Jeffrey, I mean, look at this, man, Jeffrey. I mean, Brandon Sheriff was good when he wasn't hurt, but he got hurt a lot and retired, so that was sad. Josh Doxson, epic failure.
Yep.
Allen Payne were decent. I mean, Haskins sucked what happened to him, but
yeah, it's sad. Yeah.
And then Sweat got traded. And then Chase Young was a bust.
Yeah.
Jamin Davis,
Ohio State fans hyped him up so hard in college. Yeah. I remember.
Jamin Davis, bust, now got cut by someone else. Jahan Dotson, bust. Emmanuel Forbes, bust.
I thought Dotson would be better.
Like, and those the Young, Davis, Dotson, Forbes picks were all Ron Rivera's. Like that, he was the one that made those decisions, and that's why he got fired. Part of the reason why he got fired, because
Yeah, I mean, Jane Daniels, that's so far been a great selection.
well, yeah, but that was Adam Peters, not, of course, not Ron Rivera.
Absolutely. We also got Stephen Cherry saying Arch Manning has done nothing in the media salvage. That's my problem. That is why I react to the way I do with Deion. When people and teams and players get hype that is not deserved. I mean, even though I like Indiana, Curt Cignetti was getting hype that I felt was not deserved, and I would be pointing that out. I would be like, hey, I don't think Curt Cignetti deserves the hype that he is getting, even though I like Curt Cignetti and I like Indiana football. But all the hype that he's gotten is deserved because they've been good, and we'll see what they do this year. And if they suck this year, then the hype will simmer down. But Deion, the hype that he has gotten just for him being who he is not fair. You hype him up for the player that he was, and I will always do that. He was an incredible player, but as a coach, has he been that great? No, I don't think so. He's been all right, but I don't think he's been great. And
I mean, what Deion, he's helped the school a lot in terms of enrollment and all that. So
yeah, but that's more so just because him.
Yeah.
Not that he's a great coach. It's more of my point. He's helped enrollment because he's Deion Sanders, right? I mean, that's the way I feel. Like if he was not Deion Sanders and he was just a random guy that took the job, then the only way that he would boost enrollment is if the team got a lot better. And I understand that the team has gotten better. Yes. But is it so much so to the point that he deserves, again, the hype that he's been getting as a coach? Again, I'm separating his hype as a coach from his hype as a player. I don't think it is that deserved. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people in chat disagree. Some people do disagree, and that's okay. But that's just the way that I feel about the situation.
I was saying it was a bust for the Commanders. I mean, he should still be on the team if you drafted him in 2020, and he's not even on the team anymore. I was saying it's a bust for the Commanders, but I mean, Chase maybe could have a decent career, but
I think to Hummus's point, I will say that it's a lot different when a guy is a bust because of injuries than if a guy's just a bust. If injuries limit what a guy could have been, you know, I mean, you take a great player like Luke Kuechly. If the guy just didn't always hit his head all the time and suffer probably massive brain damage,
he would have been a surefire Hall of Famer.
Yeah, like he still should be a Hall of Famer, probably. But the dude was incredible, but like his career got cut short because he always hit so daggum hard and his head just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how that stuff works. When guys have injuries, you know, and you end up being a bust for that reason. Again, Luke, he's not a bust, not an example in that regard. But if you do end up being a bust because of injuries, I think you deserve more slack than a guy that just sucks. A guy that like an Anthony Richardson situation. I understand people be like, well, he's been hurt a little bit. Yeah, Haskins not a bust for that. No.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't that good, but
he wasn't that good before, though.
Yeah,
but, I mean, it's a shame what happened.
It's sad.
We'll never know what he could have done. But I mean, I'm not projecting, you know, a great career either. I never thought he was a great quarterback in college. I'm sorry, and I understand. Again, it could be Ohio State, you know. I'm biased against, as people say, you know, but I never was that impressed with Haskins. I thought C.J. Stroud and Justin Fields were both significantly better in college than Dwayne Haskins at Ohio State. As a QB, I felt Stroud had the tools to be good. He showcased that multiple times over with great passes, poise, leadership. Fields was incredible, just extending plays. He's a flawed QB, but he was really good at what he was good at. Haskins, I just felt he was a big dude that threw short passes 98% of the time to really great receivers, and they took off with it. I never was impressed with Haskins. I know Stephen Cherry's probably losing his mind right now, but I mean, I'm just saying I never was that impressed with Haskins. I think that Stroud and Fields were significantly better. Both were a lot better. Stroud's really good, and he might have a fantastic NFL career at this rate. He's really good. But again, with Haskins, I mean, with all that being said, again, with what happened to him, again, it's awful, and I hate it. I wish that had not happened. But we'll never know. I just don't think he would have been a great NFL player. But we'll never know for sure.
Man, we want to wrap this one up.
Oh, absolutely. So definitely appreciate everybody for being here tonight for this pretty, I wouldn't say a super short stream, but our recap of the Thursday, Friday games. Again, so excited. Football's back. Auburn, Baylor. Could have been a better game, but Baylor just couldn't hang in there. Colorado, Georgia Tech. Colorado just not mismanagement of time. Georgia Tech, many mistakes, but pulled it out. Nebraska's still kind of struggling. Boise getting trashed, but you know, it's a great start to the weekend of college football. The Labor Day weekend. I hope everybody has a great Labor Day weekend. And yeah, we'll definitely be going live again soon. I'm sure we'll be doing predictions for next week, but I will try to maybe do another live stream. I don't know when this weekend, Saturday night, Sunday night, another recap show. We got all these games, tons to talk about. But
Henry Ruggs is a bust. Yes, Austin. Henry Ruggs is a bust. Yeah.
Well, that's because of what happened with what he did. You know, again, if he had been out there still in the field, yeah, he could have been good because he was great in college. I mean, he started out pretty all right, but then he did what he did. So again, we'll never know. I mean, that's on him. That was a dumb decision he made. Sad. But yeah, I mean, just really, really, really rough. But yeah, so definitely excited to watch some more football tomorrow. Can't wait for Ohio State, Texas. And again, for all you Ohio State fans, appreciate you, Steven, Hummus, everybody else, all the Ohio State guys. Did pick Ohio State. So hopefully they win for you. So me and Will can be right on our predictions and in our pick 'em as well. You know, you want to have a good record to pick 'em. Don't let us down, Ohio State. We picked you against Texas. Wait for that game tomorrow, and can't wait for Bama, FSU, LSU, Clemson, and especially if the game's really great. There's a lot to talk about. Might go live tomorrow night, but if not, I'll definitely be going live again soon, probably with Will and all that stuff. Going to be exciting, so definitely appreciate it. Thanks for being everybody. Like the stream down below. Subscribe to Will and D's channel and my YouTube channel, Only Talk Sports, and we'll definitely be seeing you guys soon. You guys have a great night.